My name is Dianne Glover. I'm a pediatrician, infectious disease specialist, and member of Washington Physicians for Social Responsibility. I've also lived in King County since 1981. Climate-related threats to children include the physical and psychological sequelae of weather disasters, heat stress, poor air quality, an increase in infectious diseases, including those infections that are caused from waterborne and insect-transmitted diseases. I am concerned for my fragile patients, especially those born extremely premature who have chronic lung disease, and those children with asthma, both of whom may end up in the pediatric intensive care unit next summer after smoke exposure and poor air quality. I am alarmed that the incidence of heat stroke has doubled in the United States in teenage athletes, and imagine our new Seattle hotter summers and our passionate high school athletes getting heat stroke. The World Health Organization has stated that over 88% of the existing burden of diseases related to climate change are in children aged less than 5 years. Thank you for your leadership in passing the moratorium on new fossil fuel projects. By mitigating the source of air, water, and climate pollution, we can take critical steps to improve the health of our patients, our children, and our community. Thank you.
All right.
I'm Margaret Kitchell. I'm a retired physician, also with WPSR, and we're fighting against the public health consequences of climate change. As Dianne mentioned, there are many journal articles that document the health benefits of reducing fossil fuels, such as lowering child mortality, lowering heart disease in adults, and many other diseases. Air pollution worldwide is responsible for about 7 million deaths. And in addition, climate change itself is already causing injuries, illnesses, and deaths. And millions more people have been exposed to heat waves in 2017 compared to 2000. Lancet Countdown recommends city-level low-carbon transition to reduce urban pollution, and this moratorium is an important part of that, and thank you.
My name is Annemarie Dooley. I'm a kidney doctor in Bellevue, and I finished seeing patients early today to come talk to you about how our climate crisis is affecting my patients. I'm going to start with telling you I'm absolutely dreading this summer, and not just because of the smoke. And let me tell you, there is no known safe amount of particulate matter that you or your families can inhale. But also because of the increase in heat-related emissions I'm seeing at Overlake. One lady in particular, from REI last year, I had to put in the ICU to monitor for brain injury because she drank too much water because of the heat. Now, the conservative British journal Lancet said a few weeks ago that climate change is our biggest public health crisis of this century. And you know, and I know, my patients and the citizens of King County have absolutely no right to clean air and clean water. As long as businesses can get the right permits, then they can pollute. So for that reason, I'm asking you to please make this moratorium permanent. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Ken Lands. I'm a doctor and the past president of Washington Physicians for Social Responsibility, a nonprofit with a 40-year history of health-based advocacy in our state. As a physician, I know that this moratorium has the potential to significantly protect the health and safety of King County communities. But to do so in a meaningful way, it must mitigate local sources of air, water, and climate pollution. So I encourage you to include that mitigation in the longer-term regulatory rewrite. I also encourage you to hold fossil fuel projects to a higher environmental review standard aligned with best available science on the life cycle health, safety, and environmental impacts of fossil fuel infrastructure and King County's greenhouse gas emissions reductions targets. The longer we wait to act on climate change, the more dire and widespread the impacts on people will be. We should be doing everything we can to reduce our fossil fuel use rather than enabling it. So please protect the health and safety of this county's citizens in your rewrite. Thank you.